You might think it's just a small, forgotten piece of currency. A coin that's so common, you could find it lying in your pocket or on the ground. But the 1-cent coin, the penny, has a history that's richer than you'd ever imagine. From its creation in the early days of the United States to some rare specimens being worth millions of dollars today, the penny is far more than just a simple coin. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1-cent coin, its history, its value, and the surprising wealth some pennies hold. Get ready, because you're about to look at this tiny coin in a whole new light. Let's rewind the clock, way back to the birth of the United States. In 1792, the U.S. Mint was founded in Philadelphia, and in 1793, it began producing the first official 1-cent coin. This coin was far from what we know today. Here's the 1793 flowing hair cent, America's very first 1-cent coin. Designed by Robert Scott, this penny featured Lady Liberty with flowing hair, symbolizing freedom and independence. The reverse side had a simple wreath, signifying unity among the states. These early pennies were made of copper, and they were much larger and heavier than what we're used to today. In fact, this first penny weighed 13.48 grams and was nearly 30 millimeters across, about 3 times the size of today's penny. But as the years passed, the penny evolved. By the 1800s, the size of the coin shrank, and its design began to change. Let's take a closer look at how it all developed over time. Throughout the 1800s, the design of the penny continued to evolve, reflecting the changing times. In 1796, the Liberty Cap cent was introduced, followed by the braided hair cent in 1839, and finally, the Indian head cent in 1859. But perhaps the most famous transformation in penny history happened in 1909. 1909 marked the introduction of the Lincoln cent, one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. This new design featured President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a first in American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the reverse side displayed 2 wheat stalks, representing America's agricultural roots. The Lincoln cent would go on to be the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, remaining in circulation for more than 100 years. As the years passed, the Lincoln penny would undergo a few changes. In 1959, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint changed the reverse design, replacing the wheat stalks with the Lincoln Memorial. And of course, in 2009, to commemorate Lincoln's bicentennial, the Mint released a series of special reverse designs. But it wasn't until 2010 that the design we see today, featuring a shield on the reverse, was introduced. Today, the penny may seem like just pocket change. But if we take a step back and look at its history, it becomes clear. This tiny coin has witnessed a century of change and growth in the United States. One interesting aspect of the penny is its purchasing power. In 1793, when the first penny was minted, it could buy a loaf of bread or a cup of coffee. But as inflation took its toll over the years, the penny's buying power diminished. In fact, the cost to produce a penny today is more than its face value. Yet, the penny remains a staple of American currency. Now, let's talk about something even more fascinating: how the 1-cent coin can actually be worth far more than its face value. That's right, some pennies can fetch hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. So, how does a penny go from being worth a single cent to becoming a treasure? One of the most famous examples of a rare penny is the 1943 copper penny. During World War II, copper was in short supply, and the U.S. Mint switched to producing pennies made of steel. However, a small number of copper pennies were accidentally minted in 1943. Today, only about 20 of these rare copper pennies are known to exist, and they can sell for astronomical amounts of money. In 2019, a 1943 copper penny sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. That's right, this small, humble coin, originally worth just 1 cent, became a treasure worth millions. And it's not the only rare penny out there. Another penny worth its weight in gold is the 1909 SVDB. This coin, minted in San Francisco, features the initials of its designer, Victor David Brenner, on the reverse. After complaints about the size of the initials, most of these pennies were recalled and melted down. Only around 484,000 were produced, and today, a 1909 SVDB penny in mint condition can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Some have been sold for as much as $100,000 or more. So, what makes these pennies so valuable? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. While some pennies are rare simply because they were produced in limited quantities, others became valuable because they were part of a manufacturing mistake, like the 1943 copper pennies. The condition of the coin also plays a huge role in its value. Coins in mint condition, with little to no wear, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated extensively. Coin collectors use a system called coin grading to assess the condition of a coin. The highest grade a coin can receive is MS70, meaning it is in perfect, flawless condition. Coins graded below that are still valuable, but their worth decreases as their condition deteriorates. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a passion for many. And when it comes to pennies, some collectors dedicate their entire lives to hunting down the rarest and most valuable examples. Coin shows, online auctions, and even local dealers can be great places to find valuable pennies, but the thrill of the hunt is part of the excitement. So, the next time you see a penny lying on the ground or stuck in the bottom of your pocket, don't just ignore it. That tiny piece of copper might just be a valuable collector's item waiting to be discovered. And if you're lucky, it might even be worth more than you think. While the penny may not be the most glamorous coin in circulation, its history, its rarity, and the value of certain specimens show us just how much history and wealth can be packed into a small, seemingly insignificant piece of metal. The penny is a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the most unexpected worth. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey into the world of the 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed learning about its history, its evolution, and its surprising value, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And in the comments let me know, have you ever found a rare penny? Or do you have a coin collection of your own? I'd love to hear your stories. Today, we're diving into the world of the 2012 1-cent coin, the penny. You might think of the penny as a small, humble coin, but don't be fooled. The 2012 penny holds a lot more value and history than you might expect, especially if you're a fan of coin collecting or if you're wondering whether that penny in your change could be worth more than just 1 cent. So, let's take a deep dive into the history, significance, and value of the 2012 penny. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. That's right! The 2012 penny is one of the most recent additions of the famous Lincoln cent, and there's a lot to know about it. We'll talk about its design, its mintage, how it fits into the long history of the penny, and most importantly, what makes this penny special for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this video will give you all the information you need about the 2012 1-cent coin. So, let's jump right into it. First, let's look back at the history of the penny itself. The 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a part of U.S. currency since 1793. Originally, it featured various designs, but the most iconic change came in 1909 when the Lincoln cent was introduced, featuring an image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was created to honor President Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who played a major role in ending slavery and preserving the Union during the Civil War. Over the years, the penny's design has changed, but most famously, in 1959, the reverse was changed to show the Lincoln Memorial, which remained in place for decades. However, the 2009 penny marked the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, with a special set of reverse designs to honor his legacy. Now, let's fast forward to 2012. By this time, the penny was still using the Lincoln Memorial reverse, but the U.S. Mint had already started making some changes to other coin designs. The 2012 penny, therefore, represented one of the final years before the switch to the Union Shield in 2010. So, it's an important year for collectors, especially those who are interested in the transition of U.S. coin designs. Let's talk numbers. How many 2012 pennies were made, and where did they come from? The U.S. Mint produced more than 7 billion pennies in 2012. That's right, 7 billion. Most of these were struck at the Denver Mint, but a portion was also made at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins were then distributed across the country, making the 2012 penny one of the most common coins in circulation. Now, the fact that so many 2012 pennies were made means that they are very easy to find in circulation today. But that doesn't mean that every 2012 penny is worth just 1 cent. There are some key factors that can increase the value of this coin, which we'll get into in a minute. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 2012 penny. As I mentioned earlier, it features the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design by Frank Gasparo, which had been in place since 1959. On the obverse, you'll see Abraham Lincoln in his iconic profile, as designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you can see the Lincoln Memorial, the national monument built to honor Lincoln, with the inscription E Pluribus Unum above the monument and United States of America along the edge. The design is simple, yet powerful, symbolizing Lincoln's enduring legacy in American history. This design remained unchanged throughout the years until the switch to the Union Shield reverse in 2010. So, for many collectors, the 2012 penny is a significant coin because it's one of the last pennies to feature this historic design before the transition. Let's talk about the value of the 2012 penny today. Since the penny was minted in large numbers, you'll find most 2012 pennies in circulation are worth just 1 cent. However, that doesn't mean there aren't some 2012 pennies that could be worth more than face value. Like all coins, the value of a 2012 penny depends heavily on its condition. If the coin is in mint state or uncirculated condition, meaning it has no visible wear, scratches, or damage, it can be worth more than 1 cent. For example, a 2012 penny that's graded MS65, mint state 65, could be worth anywhere from 25 cents to $1, depending on the market demand at the time. However, if your 2012 penny is in excellent condition, near perfect or uncirculated, this can significantly increase its value. High-grade 2012 pennies can fetch a higher price, particularly for collectors who are looking to complete their sets with coins in pristine condition. Now, let's get into one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, error coins. And yes, even the 2012 penny has its share of rare varieties and minting errors that can make them worth a lot more than just 1 cent. One of the most common errors to look for on a 2012 penny is the doubled die. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing the image on the coin to appear doubled or blurry. A double die error on the 2012 penny, especially on the date or lettering, could be worth $10 to $50 or more, depending on the severity of the error. Another error to watch out for is off-center strikes. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or displaced. An off-center 2012 penny could be worth $20 or more, depending on how far off-center it is. Other types of minting errors, like die cracks, struck-through errors, or rim errors, can also increase the value of your penny, especially if they are noticeable and rare. So, should you start collecting the 2012 penny? Well, if you're interested in building a collection or just curious about the potential for finding valuable coins, the 2012 penny is definitely worth considering. While most of them will only be worth 1 cent, if you're able to find one in pristine condition or come across a rare error, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth a lot more. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting into coin collecting, checking your change and keeping an eye out for high quality or error pennies can be a fun and rewarding hobby. Plus, who knows? You might find that hidden gem that's worth more than you expected. That's right, Today we're focusing on the 2012 D-penny, a coin that was minted over a decade ago, but it still has plenty of significance in the world of coin collecting. So, whether you've got a pile of 2012 pennies sitting in your drawer, or you're just learning about the world of US coins, this video is going to give you all the details about this particular coin. From its history and design to its potential value and rarity, we'll cover it all. Let's get started. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse side of the penny displayed the Lincoln Memorial, and in 2009, a special series of reverse designs was released to commemorate Lincoln's 200th birthday. The 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial Series included 4 different reverse designs, which was a special and rare occurrence in U.S. coinage. Now, fast forward to 2012. By this time, the U.S. Mint had already introduced a new reverse design, the Union Shield, which would be featured on the penny starting in 2010. However, in 2012, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the penny with the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design for a few more years before the shift to the Union Shield became permanent. This makes the 2012 penny part of the final years of the Lincoln Memorial series, which is especially important for collectors. Let's talk about the mintage of the 2012 D-penny. The 2012 D-penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and like many years, it had a high production number. In 2012, the U.S. Mint produced over 7 billion 1-cent coins, with the 2012 D making up a significant portion of that total. In fact, more than 4 billion 2012 D pennies were struck, making it one of the most widely circulated pennies of its time. This high mintage means that you can easily find 2012 D pennies in your everyday change. Despite being produced in such large quantities, these pennies are still valuable to collectors, especially when they're in excellent condition. But like any coin, the value of a 2012 D-penny can vary greatly depending on its grade or condition. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 2012 D-penny. As we mentioned, the obverse, or front, of the coin still features President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, in his iconic profile. This design was first introduced in 1909, and has remained unchanged for over a century. The reverse, however, still shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, which has been in place since 1959. The Lincoln Memorial represents the enduring legacy of President Lincoln and his role in American history. You'll also see the inscription **** e pluribus unum *** above the memorial, which translates to out of many, one, and the phrase *** United States of America *** along the coin's edge. This design remained on the penny until the switch to the Union Shield reverse in 2010, making the 2012 D-penny one of the last to feature the Lincoln Memorial design before the change. This fact alone makes the 2012 D-penny an important piece for collectors, especially those looking to complete sets of coins with the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Now, let's talk about the value of the 2012 D-penny in today's market. As we know, this coin is still in circulation, and most of the 2012 D-pennies you'll find are worth just 1 cent. However, that doesn't mean all 2012 D-pennies are worth the same. Like any coin, the condition of the penny is one of the biggest factors in determining its value. Coins that are in excellent condition, especially those that are uncirculated or mint state, can be worth more than their face value. For instance, a 2012 D-penny that is graded MS65 or higher might be worth anywhere from $0.25 to $1, depending on the condition and the demand from collectors. So, if you happen to find a 2012 D-penny in perfect condition, no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, it might be worth keeping as part of your collection. In fact, high-quality examples of this coin can sometimes fetch a few dollars in the right market. Now, what makes the 2012 D-penny even more exciting is the possibility of error coins and rare varieties. Some 2012 D-pennies may have been minted with mistakes, and these can significantly increase their value. One of the most common errors to look out for is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, causing part of the design to appear doubled. A double die 2012 D-penny can be worth anywhere from $10 to $50 or more, depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Other errors to watch for include off-center strikes, where the coin is struck slightly out of alignment, causing part of the design to be missing or displaced. Die cracks and struck-through errors, where debris gets caught in the die and strikes the coin, can also be valuable to collectors. These errors are often harder to spot, but they can make a big difference in the value of your coin. If you happen to find a 2012 penny with one of these errors, it could be worth far more than just 1 cent. So, is the 2012 penny worth holding onto? If you're a coin collector or just starting to build your collection, the 2012 penny is definitely worth keeping an eye out for. While most of these coins will be worth only 1 cent, you might come across one that's in exceptional condition or has a rare minting error that could be worth far more. Whether you're looking to add to your collection or hoping to find that hidden treasure among your loose change, the 2012 penny is a coin with potential. Its historical significance, the Lincoln Memorial design, and the possibility of errors make it a valuable piece for collectors. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 2012 penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more coin content, and leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare or valuable penny in your collection. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember to keep an eye on your change. That's right. The 2013 penny is often overlooked, but it holds an important place in the history of US coinage. In this video, we're going to explore everything about the 2013 1-cent coin, from its design and mintage numbers to its current value, and what makes it special in the world of coin collecting. Whether you've got one of these coins in your pocket or you're just curious about the world of pennies, you won't want to miss this. Let's start by taking a quick look back at the history of the penny. The 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a part of U.S. currency since 1793. Over the years, the design of the penny has undergone several transformations, but one of the most significant changes came in 1909 when the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent. This penny featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and it quickly became a symbol of American history. By 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. For decades, the penny maintained this design, with a few updates to the reverse over the years. The most notable update was in 2009 for the Lincoln Bicentennial Series, which honored Lincoln's 200th birthday with a set of 4 special reverse designs. After 2009, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the penny. In 2010, the reverse design was changed to feature the Union Shield, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States. This design remains in place today, and the 2013 penny was one of the many pennies produced with this reverse. So, while the 2013 penny is part of the Union Shield series, it's also the last penny in a series that has seen several different reverse designs, starting with the Lincoln Memorial and ending with the Union Shield. This makes the 2013 penny an important coin in the ongoing history of U.S. currency. Now, let's talk about the mintage of the 2013 penny. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering over 7 billion 1-cent coins, with the 2013 penny being one of the most common coins in circulation at the time. Most of these pennies were produced at 2 mints, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. While the production at the Philadelphia Mint resulted in pennies marked with a P, the Denver Mint produced coins marked with a D. Both versions are common and easy to find today, but the mintage numbers vary slightly between the two facilities. Despite the high production numbers, the 2013 penny is still a significant coin for collectors because it marks a key moment in U.S. coinage history, the transition from the Lincoln Memorial to the Union Shield. If you come across a 2013 penny in your daily change, it's not just a coin to spend, but one that has a rich history that may interest collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 2013 penny. On the obverse, the front of the coin, we see the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it's been in circulation since 1909. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the Union Shield, which was first introduced in 2010. The Union Shield represents the strength and unity of the United States and features the inscription **** e pluribus unum ***, meaning out of many, one. This design was a departure from the Lincoln Memorial reverse and continues to be the standard reverse for the penny today. The Union Shield reverse features a shield divided into two halves, one symbolizing the states and the other symbolizing the federal government, with the phrase *** United States of America *** running along the top. The design is both simple and powerful, reflecting the nation's strength and unity. Now, let's talk about the value of the 2013 penny. Since this coin is still in circulation, most of them are worth exactly 1 cent. However, there are still some factors that can influence the value of a 2013 penny, especially for collectors. Most 2013 pennies in circulation today are not worth more than their face value unless they are in mint state or uncirculated condition. If you come across a 2013 penny that is flawless, with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, it may be worth a little more than a cent to collectors. Typically, a high-grade 2013 penny could be worth around $0.25 to $1 depending on its condition. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is discovering error coins. And yes, even the 2013 penny has its share of rare varieties and minting errors that could make it worth much more than just 1 cent. One of the most common errors to look for on the 2013 penny is a doubled die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. For example, a doubled die error on the date or lettering can significantly increase the value of the penny. If you find a 2013 penny with this type of error, it could be worth anywhere from $10 to $50 or more, depending on the severity of the error. Another error that's worth looking out for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, and part of the design is missing or displaced. These coins are rare, and a 2013 off-center penny can fetch a significant premium depending on how far off-center the strike is. Additionally, other types of errors like die cracks, struck-through errors, and rim errors can also make your 2013 penny worth more than its face value. So, should you start collecting the 2013 penny? If you're interested in building a collection or just want to explore the world of US coins, the 2013 penny is definitely worth keeping an eye out for. While the majority of these pennies will only be worth 1 cent, there's always the possibility of finding one in great condition or with a rare minting error, which could be worth significantly more. Whether you're looking for that hidden gem or just interested in the fascinating history of US coinage, the 2013 penny is a great addition to any collection. It represents the final years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design and the first few years of the Union Shield reverse, making it an important coin in the ongoing history of US currency.